Sunday Live, the place to be every Sunday. Allow me to introduce myself for those of you who are new. Susan Lazar, Hart, the Congruency Coach, your Congruency Coach, right? The creator of Congruent Living Coaching and the Congruent Living Assessment. Whoa, how does it get any easier and more fun and more congruent than that? I love it, I love it, I love it. Just waiting a second for the algorithms to kick in to let people know we are going live. And here they come, Melissa. Hi, hi, hi. Tell us where you're from. We have an international community. If you're watching this on the replay, press hashtag replay because I always come in and check. And if you're watching this live, this is not a dialogue or a monologue. It's a conversation. It's a gathering of people. Think of it as sitting around a table or on a whole bunch of couches, enjoying a glass of wine or a cup of coffee, depending on where you are in the world, and asking questions on what's working, what's not working, and you know, when two or more are gathered, how much change can we create? So let's begin today with this question. Is there anywhere that you've decided that you're blocking your creations? Now, the reason why I say decided is we are ever-changing, ever-growing creative beings, right? We can't not grow. We don't stop the cells from shifting and changing, right? We don't stop the hemoglobin, just every little miracle in our body, all the organs from breathing and moving and growing and shifting. Right? Well, we actually are infinite beings that chose a body, this body, to come into this lifetime as creative beings. So it's where have you decided that you're actually not who you are? Oh, I already got a heart on that. Yay, 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 yay. Absolutely. As everything falls away, our creativity is there, right? As everything falls away, our creativity is there. It's always here, you know, no matter where you are, no matter how you are. So my question for you today is, you know, where is it that you've decided that you're blocking your creativity? Hey, Kimberly, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Ritu, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, right? So as growing, changing, shifting, creative beings, our cells are constantly creating new cells, right? We actually have the capacity to shift and change, hey Rodney, our bodies every 7 years, and yet we choose to create the same bodies, right? We choose to believe that our DNA is what creates. Well, you are the creators. You, who you truly be, are the creators, right? So my question for you again is, where is it that you've decided that you are stopping your creations? Right? Think of undergrowth. Right? And if you walk in the forest, there's always undergrowth. Right? The roots of a tree are always reaching underneath. If a tree dies in the forest, it turns into something else. It turns into shelter for animals. It turns into food for animals. It turns into nutrients for the soil. So something new that's growing can come up again. We are that, right? So everywhere you've decided that you are separate, your energies are separate from the planet. Right? Even in the huge fires they had in Australia last year, there are new flowers and buds, gorgeous flowers and buds growing, where there once was, quote unquote, hey Jim, devastation, right? Veronica, hi Susan, I don't know what to create is often a block that comes up. Cool, thank you so much, Veronica. So again, you know, with the metaphor that I just gave you, do you think a forest would say, I don't know what to create? The forest depends on the cycle of growth, birth, death, nutrient feeding, growth, birth, death. Well, Veronica, if instead of saying, I don't know what to create, what if you sit quietly with and embrace all of your creations? No judgment, just embracing all of your creations. And then asking for what's underneath this, that's asking to come up, that's already coming up, that I was creating 3 years ago, 5 years ago, that I didn't tap into, that is tugging at me now. Right? That's the whole thing of congruency. Right? Something you might have started that wasn't congruent with who you be and what you were, or what you were choosing, could be actually just coming up, budding up now, right? Often things that are budding up now, they're not congruent with what and who and how we be. So we leave them to the side. Veronica, let me know if that assists you, right? I don't know what to create. Generally, it comes from something that somebody said to you many, many years ago that you locked in when you offered your creation up, and somebody said, that's it? You created that? And you're like, oh, no, I didn't. I mean, I've done that so many times. I remember doing my undergrad in painting, and I came in with this beautiful painting, and the class and the professor trashed it. And I went home, and overnight I painted a brand new painting and brought it in. And the professor said to me, did you do that because of what we said? And I was like, oh, no, I would never do that. Sure I did, right? So at what age was I taught that somebody's judgment was more creative for me than what I knew to be true, than my own creative juices, right? Yeah? Veronica, let me know how that rings for you and for anybody else that's listening to this, right? It's not I don't know what to create. Go beyond that. Here's a question that I've been playing with recently. So if I was creating this, what would it look like? Because when we say I don't know, we're actually blocking what's asking to come up, right? It's like putting your foot on a bud that's coming out of the ground. So it's really, here's a question I'd like you to play with. So if I did create this, what could it look like? If I was creating this, what would be required? Not how would it be received. See, that's where we go, that's where we start backpedaling and going into judgment, shame, blame, regret, guilt. All of those things, whether you want to call it, your subconscious, whether you want to call it taught to you in another lifetime. How many lifetimes, Veronica, have you brought with you of all the creations and the creatives that you were in contact with, and you were punished, murdered, killed for it, and said, I will never be that creative again. Ooh, that's ringing for someone on this call. Yeah. Right? So everything that is, right? Would you be willing to just be present with it, acknowledge it, receive it, and let it go? I wonder what that could create. Thank you so much, Veronica. Let me know how that pops for you. Yeah. It was a huge awareness for myself. And every time now when I come up against something and I'm like, like there's information here for me. There's always information. We are creative beings that came to this planet to create, right? We chose this body. We chose these dimensions, right? Lots of shifting and changing now. So now is the time for when you are aware to let it go, right? Let go of the habit of, oh, I can't, and exchange it for, I wonder. Let go of the habit of, I don't know, and exchange it for, what could that look like? Let go of the habit of, it never works for me, and exchange it for, so if it did work for me, what could that look like? What would that be like? What would that taste like? What would that feel like? And you see how your body gets brought into this? So you get out of your head, and you get into the sensations, the physical sensations of creation. Yeah. Veronica, that's quite a few questions to play with. Thanks. Well, laser coaching, babe, at its best. Thank you so much. I felt very disconnected and not congruent in the last few years. So instead of, thank you so much, Veronica. With that awareness, what are you aware of? If I was playing congruently, what could that look like? Right? What would I have to let go of? What am I holding on to? Oh, I got a heart on that one, right? What am I holding on to that's actually creating a habit of feeling like I don't fit in? Right? The truth is, did you ever fit in? No. Are you willing to be congruent with what you know is possible? Congruent is about being harmonious, right? It's about everything in harmony. When we're not in congruency, we're not actually creating greater. Right? We're creating less than we know is possible, because that, again, is a habit. I know how to create less than I know is possible, rather than, so if I'm okay, I've got that, I'm in the future with that, I'm creating that Now bring that into the present. Okay, what's required? Which of these creations are tugging at me? Which of these creations are asking for more? Yeah. Thank you, Veronica. Anybody else have any questions? Can I see like a hashtag creation? Yeah, if we're in the right zone. So I know where we're going here. This month is about creation, right? We're in the Lionsgate portal. That's about letting go. That's about being in symbiosis with greater. That's about ascending, right? To what you know is possible, to what you came here to be and do. It's about letting go of the old habits and creating new ones. Because creation isn't, we have a point of view, oh, I just created a painting, I just created a book, I don't know what to create. You are creation. Right? That never stops. Right? Who you be, what you be, and how you be is a work in progress. So what energies, like today I was asking myself, hashtag creation, yay, thanks, Cosette. Today I was just lying in bed and asking myself, what energy, space, and consciousness can my body and I be to ascend into all the creations that I've already prepared for me. Now, when I say I've already prepared for me, I being the source of me, this body, this person who's calling herself Susan Lazar Hart, the congruency expert. Like, what is it that you can call it the universe, that I have prepared for me, and I'm asking now to actualize, to alchemize what it is that I've always and already created for myself that I haven't chosen yet. Many thanks, Susan. You're amazing. Oh, thank you, Veronica. Are you guys getting this? Is this like making sense here? Are we in the right place? Yeah, hearts and thumbs up. And again, if you're watching this later, press hashtag replay. And if you have some comments, come on in now. Come on in later with your comments. Oh good, I've got lots of hearts. I'm always checking in. Yeah. This reality has us buying that until you learn this, until you buy this, until you do this, hey Erica, you won't achieve your potentiality, right? You won't achieve what you said you came here to be and do. Well, there's a huge buffet of sources out here, but you, my friends, are the source of your creations. You've already created you. You've chosen, you gave yourself a job in this lifetime by choosing this body in this lifetime on this planet where you are, and it's what are you creating with that? Right? That would be my question for you. Not in a pushing way, more like, so I wonder what else is possible here for me that I haven't actually been willing to be or see. What could that look like? I wonder. Yeah. Jim, my creation is 77 years old and still changing every 10 seconds. Yes, absolutely, Jim. I totally get you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jim. That's exactly my target for this Ask Susan Sunday Live, is for people to actually expand out beyond the thing that they're asking to create, beyond the business that they're asking to create. And where are you, I say this to everybody, where are you eliminating you, the creative source of everything you be and do, in what and how you're creating? And that's where congruent living comes in. I'm always asking myself questions on is how I'm creating with my business, is it congruent with my life, my lifestyle, the style of life that I enjoy, the abundance, the nurturing, family, relationships. I'm not going to be working in a business that isn't congruent with who I be and what I be and the way that I enjoy creating. So that would be another question I have for you. We got lots of questions. You're right, Veronica. Are you truly enjoying how you are creating and who you are creating with? Erica, you are the source. That's a powerful reminder. Thank you. You're always spot on, Susan. Erica says, thank you so much, Erica. I appreciate that. Hi, Santa. Thank you so much. We tend to put us on the side. It's like, okay, when I can get this done and create this amount of money and create this kind of a body and create this kind of relationship and la 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 la. Where are you in all that? You are those energetic you are the energetic source of who you be. Right? So it's important to give yourself that space of opening yourself up to receiving who you be, what you be, and how you be, and how you create, who you create with, what brings you joy in how you create, with no judgment. It's about acknowledge and receiving, right? I acknowledge and receive and embrace who I came here to be, what I came here to do, who I am being, and what I am doing. All of those are creations. What I'm creating here on this planet, who I came here to create with on this planet. You know, we often talk about, you know, you meet somebody and it's like, okay, so how many lifetimes did you create with that person, right? Are you willing to receive that about you, that you are innately aware? That's how we create. That's who we create with, right? Because everything else falls with that. You know, everything you've created up until now is the preparation, is the nurturing of what's coming up through the ground of your reality. Look, you know, yeah. Erica, if I realize I'm creating problems and not else, how can I shift it? Well, so Erica, how much do we create a problem as, and nothing's, sidebar, nothing's a problem. Sorry, there are no problems. There are no problems. It's how you choose to be creative with whatever's going on, right? So when you're very little, again, and somebody says, oh, you're always creating problems. Oh, I thought I was just asking questions. You're always creating problems. Well, I'm just doing what you told me to do. I can't read minds. I didn't know you changed your mind. So this doesn't work for you? Oh, nobody told me that. Hey, Aradna, right? So what if there were no problems? There are no problems. There's only a way of being. So the question might be, how do I be with what isn't working for me? Do you see the difference, Erica? For everybody else that's listening, instead of saying, how do I solve this problem? It's like, how do I be with what isn't working for me? Huh. Well, again, did you create a habit that you have to solve your own problems? Right? Erica says, brilliant. Yeah. What if you exchange that habit for, so if this wasn't the way that I've decided it is, what could it look like? What could it be like? Erica says, yes. Right? It's a fun game to play. Again, games are a way that I play with creating. How would I be? What could that look like? Does this match the vibration of where I'm asking to go? Is it congruent with who I truly be and how I create and what I could create with and who I create with? Kimberly says, how do I be with what's not working for me? I love it. I love that. Thanks, Kimberly. Alrighty, we've got a question here. Sanam, how do I overcome anxiety, please? That's a bit, well, you know what? Could you private message me? Because that could go so many different places. I'm happy to chat with you about that. Yeah, I would like that. Thank you so much. I wouldn't want to take this question, how do I overcome anxiety, please, to a different place than where you are. I need to know a little bit more about you. And I'm going to honor you by asking you to private message me with that one, Sanam. Yeah, thank you so much. Again, that's an awareness right there of, so what am I creating by responding to this in a way without actually asking more questions? You see, we're always in creation. Do we get that? Hands up? Thumbs up? Yeah? Yeah. Yep. Because that's an honoring of me, and it's an honoring of you and the questions that you're asking. Erica, wow, yes, that makes so much sense. Sanam says, sure, thank you. Sanam says, yeah, cool, 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 cool. How are we doing here? Anybody have any more questions? I'd like to close this with a bit of a meditation, if you will. I was thinking a lot about this morning, as I do with Ask Susan, with all of you as an honoring of you and the time that you come here with me to play with me, to ask your questions. And there's something here that I'd like to offer you about creation. And here's a little reminder. We are going live Wednesdays on my personal page, Susan Lazar Hart, and the rest of this month will be about creation. So the Congruency Quickies have changed from Tuesday, Thursday to Wednesday at 10 o'clock. If you're on my email list, you will get a reminder. If you're not, I'll put my email up here and you can get on my email list. And it's always nice to have a reminder. I appreciate it. And really, this is your home plate for this week. Is number one, join me on Wednesday live, where we're going to be talking about congruent creations for Congruency Quickies. Number two, get on my email list if you're not on it, and I will make sure you get the reminder about the Congruency Quickie. And I always write a little, there's always tools and tips in those newsletters that you don't get here, right? So I appreciate you opening up the emails, and I appreciate my VA for sending them. How did I get so lucky? And I appreciate me for writing them. Ta-da! That's creation, right? In order to create your life, the universe requires action. You, the source, must activate what it is that you're asking to create and create with, right? That's congruency. That's the willingness to be in harmony with what you are creating and how you are creating. Any more questions before I read this, what I wrote this morning for you? We good? We good? All right. So what matters most is letting go of what you're holding on to, right? So if you're creating something that isn't working for you, let it go. Let it go, let it flow. And embracing the undergrowth, waiting. It's waiting for its turn to emerge, right? So what you are creating now prepares the way of what's going to emerge. Right? That's all creation. You're creating to create to create. Those are the energies of creation. So what I'd like you to do is sit quietly and consider the many selves of you that you have created. Just sit quietly. Sit with the many selves of you that you have created. And as you breathe deeply, consider how this new self that is being created has always been growing underneath the old one. Right? Yeah. Meditate on that for a little bit. Meditate on the newness growing within you right now, the newness that's being created within you right now. Every 10 seconds, something new is being created. Take this space and time to actually meditate that. And as you breathe in, relax the grip on the habits, on that part of you that you've decided is blocked. Relax the grip. So once again, take some time, breathe deeply, consider how the new self is growing underneath the old, is always being created. Creations are always being created. You're a creative being. That's who you be. And just meditate on that newness growing within you right now. And as you breathe in, breathe out on the grip of the old habits that you bought into that might be blocking your growth. Relax on the part of being incongruent and breathe in to being congruent with what you're asking to create. Yeah. Every morning I just take a little bit of time for myself and I journal and then just be with that. That's creating my day in a different way. Cool. How has this been for you? Let me see some hearts and thumbs up. A little bit different of an ending. It's really about you breathing in the creations of you, embracing them, acknowledging them, and knowing that you, the source, are the creative resource for you. And start receiving that. Oh, I've got lots of hearts. Thank you so much. Live boldly, love greatly, be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because the world needs more of that creative you and not less of you. I'll see you on Wednesday on Susan Lazar Hart personal page for Congruency Quickies at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I adore you, and yeah, keep coming in with your comments. I love to come in and check in. Yay. Jim says, new way for me to meditate. Yeah, thanks, Jim. Thank you all. Mwah. I adore you, and have an amazing day. And once again, happy Lionsgate. Because that says thank you. I love it. Me too. Thanks a lot. Kind of fun to finish with this energy, isn't it? Yeah. A sweet spot in the day.